attacks, yet just repeating them and repeating them. The Romney campaign clearly believes that will move the needle.
E.J. Dionne, why is the welfare lie still being repeated as if it's gospel, it's the truth? Why is that? Why are they doing that?
Well, I guess the theory is if you put enough money behind something, it'll sell whether it's true or not. And as Gene said, it's very disturbing that something where a rules change that was asked for by, among others, 2 conservative Republican governors. This wasn't some radical liberal thing that Obama did to welfare, and it doesn't end the work requirement. But I think the Romney campaign was looking at the polls and seeing that the Bain attacks work, seeing that Mitt Romney is not exactly a natural fit with a lot of white working class voters, and that Obama has, because of Romney's candidacy, a real opening with the white working class. And so they are looking around for whatever could move some of those voters back toward Mitt Romney. And I think, unfortunately, they're going down this particular road. And the best part of it for them is that if anybody calls them out on it, they're going to say, oh, we're not talking about race. It's those folks who are playing the race card.
So they listen to real.
Do you believe Republicans when they say that Mitt Romney, he was just making a joke. It was just an off the cuff thing. He was just having a little fun. We got to have a little levity in this campaign. Your thoughts on that?
It was hilarious, wasn't it? I mean, it wasn't much of a joke. And the only reason to go to birth certificate from this is my hometown, I mean, that's not a natural leap. You don't go to birth certificate unless you have a reason to do it. And clearly it was an obvious reference to the whole fake kerfluffle about President Obama's birth certificate. And clearly it was an attempt to sort of blow that dog whistle.
E.J., there doesn't seem to be any downside of Romney doing this because the African-American vote certainly isn't going to be there. The Latino vote isn't going to be there. This is all upside. You might as well go ahead and drive this home and make sure the radicals are out there in full support.
But I'm not sure over the long run it's all upside. For one thing, we don't know what African-American turnout is going to be. We know President Obama is going to win the African-American vote, 97, 98, 99%. But it matters a lot whether African-Americans vote. And I think stuff like this is going to send a message that it's important to vote. I think, secondly, there are middle-class, moderate voters who don't like racially tinged politics. And I think they're going to see what's going on here. And so I think there is a longer-term risk to this. To Romney, and that's why even though people will accuse those who call him on it of playing the race card, it's got to be called out because I think that can have some effect between now and the election.
Eugene, you think we're going to hear any of this kind of talk on the convention stage?
Well, I think they'll be much more circumspect on the convention stage. I think it'll what we'll mainly hear are attempts to tell Mitt Romney's story, to humanize him as a candidate. I think they will talk about Medicare. That's been certainly in the air here in Tampa today. They will talk about welfare, but I think they'll do it in a somewhat softer way from the stage. Now,
so they're talking about Medicare down there at the convention, but well, the latest poll shows that they, are fooling a lot of people. We're going to have more on that later on in the show. But I really do believe that this is the most dishonest campaign we've ever seen by a national figure in Mitt Romney and his campaign. I mean, he's got these lies. They're working on some Americans. The polls are showing it. Why should they back off now? Eugene Romney, go ahead.
It's only August. It's only August, so save the superlatives for a little bit later.
All right, Eugene Robinson, E.J. Dionne, thanks for your time tonight. Remember to answer tonight's question there at the bottom of the screen. Share your thoughts on Twitter, at Ed Show, and on Facebook. We sure want to know what you think. Coming up, the Republican lies on Medicare, which we just talked about. What are they doing? Well, they seem to be working, which is amazing because why would Americans ever trust Republicans to save Medicare when they've been fighting it for generations? Howard Dean joins me on how the Obama campaign should respond. That's next. Stay with us. An important free offer for